Meteorologist Joe Bastardi here. Your latest weather or not, I'm still in Las Vegas, but I miss my guinea pigs, and can't wait to get back in the office and hear them yell at me for food. Glad you're here. This is a very short weather or not. Okay, right? See, see how short I am. Wow. Anybody want to see the sunrise? If my father was watching that, he'd see his sun rise. See that? Pretty smart, eh? That's a Point Diner joke. I worked at the Point Diner in Somers Point, New Jersey. We used to tell jokes like that. Want to review this? This so-called 97% of consensus. Now, let's see what happened. The guy that did the review, his name is Cook, okay? 11,944 abstracts reviewed by him. Let's see, I think it says 70-30 were excluded, expressing no opinion on global warming. They threw out that. Then someplace close to 4,000 were marked as agreeing we cause some global warming. Some global warming, where the sum could be anywhere from nothing to a lot. There were 54 that were marked as stating we cause global warming. They were marked as stating that, but only 41 of them actually stated that we cause most of the global warming. Now, it looks to me, oops, like the guinea pigs are there. It looks to me, still not figuring out how to use this system over here, which is, I have the IQ of a shoe. But it looks to me like there's some fast and, I don't know, what do you want to call it? What they're doing with the numbers, right? A little bit. The guy's name is Cook. Looks like they are Cook. Now, how come you throw out most of the ones that didn't have an opinion on it? Well, how does that happen? I mean, that's like saying, well, we would have won these football games, right? Let's say you have a team and they've won 5 games, and they say, well, look at those other teams we didn't play over there. We would have beaten them, so let's add that to our record. I mean, you can see it as plain as the nose in my face, and you can see that nose, right? So you throw out these. You throw out the ones who are marked as agreeing we cause some global warming, but not a definition, not a a hard and fast definition. You throw out 2/3 of the ones that didn't say anything about it, and then you only count the ones that you want to count. In what world do we see? I mean, where does this come from, right? And of course, you just get 97% of scientists. That's the other thing. How many scientists that are in this ever made a weather forecast, right? I mean, they're all. And I'm not knocking. I love research. I don't know what I do without reanalysis. But they all talk about what happened. Why don't you make a prediction about what's going to happen? Well, for instance, at the end of 2012, big perma-drought coming. Here comes the Dust Bowl. How'd that work out? That's just one example. But the point is, if you look at that, and I'm going to leave this up here, all right, if I can get myself to. If you look at this, and you see how they came up with that, you will see that digging under the surface reveals an interesting story. You can decide what interesting means there. Enjoy the weather. It's the only weather you got.